Got ourselves SP Shady versus the Rogue. Buff Rogue first up is an Outlaw versus the Priest. Technically, I think Outlaw has an advantage here. Killing Spree, fearing that is actually a decent bit of Rogue damage gone out of the window. Vanishes, gets back in there. The constant pressure of the Outlaw Rogue, it is nuts. Cloak of Shadows on top of it. SP Shady is going to have to use a defensive here. That'll go for a heal. Aegis procking really early. Try to go for a fade. He's trying to use everything he can not to have to use the Disperse instantly here. But with Buff Rogue never having like a cooldown to send at you that you have to like fade or have to disperse, it does make it tough, man, because it's just constant damage. Big killing spree, fade for that spree is pretty good. Couple of hits still make it through. Fear to follow, does get a trinket. Full dots are up. Shady does swap out the health, and Buff trying to see if he can keep himself alive. Technically, if you played death, evasion for 20% DR, by the way. Definitely worth it against casters. I'm not even lying. I think it actually might be worth. He has himself one more vanish in case he needs to. He got a drone rush, so he's in a great spot. Cheap shot. There goes Disperse. Yeah, at some point he sees the Rogue catching up some damage. He's like, might as well Disperse now. That was an evasion used out for Buff Rogue with a kill spree to follow up. Unless you got a fear. Stun is available. Shady, you see just a little bit extra. Grapples in, try to kick, does not connect for Shady. This could be an opportunity. Could give him a big go here. Mind games, mind blast, silence. Do you have a rift? Oh, the Rogue is up in melee. Could always interrupt you. That's the problem now. Cheap shot. It does give himself a big go, big between the eyes. There's no cooldown when it comes to an Outlaw Rogue, man. There's no CD. It's just constant damage. So then you're playing against, in most cases, like, oh, I'll wait until Kingsbane and then I'll disperse. Or like Deathmark, I guess, is a bit of an option. But like, you wait until cooldown to press an X button or a Y button. But with Outlaw Rogue, it's like, I just gotta, if I see him hitting me hard, I just gotta press a button. That's all you can do. Disarm instantly onto chills. Actually, disarm against the Frost DK is huge because a lot of the damage comes from those Blitz and Frost Strikes whenever they can land those. Buff Rogue got him some big evasion. Killing spree onto chills. Actually, honestly, it's probably easier to track off of chill pills, isn't it? Tracking with Rogue when they start killing spree is like very disorienting. Which I love the ability for PvP, but a lot of rogues for PvE would like to be able to use it if it didn't like move your camera all over the place. You know what I mean? Like if it kept your camera static, but your character jumps around everywhere, that'd be fine. A lot of people would be perfectly cool with it. Cloak of Shadows from Buff is able to reduce a lot of the frost damage from DK. Big rip on the grapple. Oh, but the Howling Blast doesn't have taken it. My goodness, that was a lot. Yeah, that's a tough one. The DK with cooldowns and Outlaw Rogue, it is actually a hell of a match, man. Surprisingly much closer of a match as you would think. I think normally, I don't know if Buff Rogue had all the cooldowns for chills, however. That is something to note. I wonder if like with full CDs off the bat, I don't think Outlaw Rogue takes a lot of damage from the DK. You just have a disarm, evasion, cloak, much of vanishes, killing spree, right? Killing spree in the sippy cup. Because then it'll give you like a very big defensive component too. But the DK does have quite a lot of damage when rogues do die in the stuns, which is DK's bread and butter. It's going to be a full burst out for Senna. Chill's taking a lot of damage. Dome is down immediately before the wings. He has to do something in order to deal with it. He has himself lots of potential damage here. Full stun to Senna. Does break out with human racial. Technical big damage. Does he just pop a big go? Bubble out for Senna before Chills can even get himself the big Reaper's Mark, which is unfortunate. Death back, but he can't really heal right now. Silence on the Senna. Get himself the scythe. That's about all he can really do. All he can say is stay super hyper aggressive and try to do as much healing as possible. Trinket is available. Maybe just heal. I don't know if those Death Strikes are going to be enough. He got a ghoul. He could sacrifice it. Definitely should. Why he got that leech buff with the Lichborn. That would help a little bit here. He's trying to go for a stun. Does he get it? Senna. Oh my god. Hold on a second. Do you have enough damage though, Chills? Or does Senna take you here? Lay on hands. I think for Chills there might be lights here. He still has a pet that he can sacrifice and messes up to make sure that the blind does not go through. Senna had a good blind going, but does end up stopping it. I think maybe he had it a bit too far delayed. And Chills is just going to have to find... I don't know how you're going to live this down. Like, it's a lot. You can IBF and maybe heal. Yeah, blind does not connect and Senna does take it. That is tough, man. That is tough. I don't know how you're going to be able to like win that in most cases. Bing going to be up next. Senna does have a Bop. That's the only immunity he's really got. Only for Baron's ability he's got. Bop is used Bing unless you have a way to break it. Yeah, banner down in order to make sure you don't get stunned up. That's about all you can do. For Senna, it's an opportunity to recover and heal. Deathbringer is bad. So what I've seen Deathbringer DKs do is go breath. Because then you could do a bunch of burst damage with a breath while Deathbringer is up. That's like only on EU with Leo. But you actually didn't get to watch Leo play last week. Or yesterday, technically. Full burst out for the warrior. Is it enough though? Senna! No, I think it might be lights. Oh yeah, that last mortal strike does it. You had yourself a decent bit of heal, but then just check you out. Breath is gonna get bad. It is bad, but you only use it just to make sure that the mark procs as quickly as possible, and then you can obliterate again, and then the oblit may reapply mark, and then the breath will proc mark really quickly. That's about it. It's literally gamble. You're literally gambling with the chills. I don't know if you want to try it. Breath, I know it's terrible, but you literally just use it only so that it channels for the mark. So then you get through stacks, can obliterate with those scythes, and then hopefully remark the target, and the breath will reproc it again. And then you can do scythes again. Literally, that's the only reason why. That's the only way. Not even dual wield, literally just two-hand with breath. And apparently that's a thing that some people have done. Don't know how good it's gonna be in like 2s, 3s, but I heard that's like the only viable option for it, man. Is that what you're called? Bang, bang, boing? It's bang, boing, boing. Yeah, so pretty close. Bing, boing, boing. Yes, that is his name. He's really serious about his warrior. Dropping down a banner, that is really good for the stuns. That's huge. Tetanus with a trinket as the warrior bails out of there. Full shadow blades for the rogue. And just blaze storming just to see if you get away. Big parry up right now. As long as you keep the rogue in front of you, you're parrying a lot of those hits. That is still going to be the rogue going through those strikes. All those marks on you above your head. But yeah, chills. That's the only reason why people combine it together. Yeah, breath is bad in PvP because you're like, but I want a death strike, or I need to death strike. And what if I want a frost strike because it does a lot of damage? They'll literally just use it just for the procs. Or the strategist is really bad with Deathbringer. It's just bad. There's nothing you can do to change those except a blitz above the rider. Dude, yeah, for real. They did buff rider recently, sorta, for PvE at the very least. But yeah, I do hope they end up keeping them both like very, very like consistent to one another. Because Rider is really good. Rider is very, very good. I just think they may need to like increase the consistency of the riders that you have, so you almost always have one active. I think that would help a bit. You know what I mean? But Rider above DB over Rider, not Rider above DB. Oh, the actual ability, Deathbringer. Oh yeah. They did try to buff it recently, right? Was it enough? I guess it wasn't enough. They recently did some stuff with it, but I guess it wasn't enough. Reflect up for Boing. I don't know what you reflect versus Rogue, actually. I know they have some shadow damage, but I don't think any of it is reflectable. And it's going to be blind, unless you trinket. Just leap, execute. Honestly, I wouldn't have blamed you if you decided to trinket leap execute. Does Blazestorm him, and this is going to take him. Oh, Demon Zeus up next to the Demonology. We still got ourselves key over on the team 2 versus team 1. We got ourselves Boing, Coda, and Conan. So they're all in a great spot right now, actually. Wait, do they organize you guys' names alphabetically, by the way? Do they? Is it actually organized? I'm going to have to double check it next match. If all your names are organized alphabetically for each team. Because right now, like B, C, Coda, Conan, it is alphabetical right now. And so is the other team, except for some reason I'm seeing Conan's name at the top right from a rogue. But I know that's not Conan on a rogue. It's just bugging. It's a big bolts out into bang. He does have himself all these pets. Overlord! Please, Overlord, get a swing! Dude, Overlord sometimes is super inconsistent. He'll run over there, stare at a guy, he'll swing his weapon and then whiff it. It's just like part of his gameplay mechanic. Also, Pitlord, please. Not Pitlord. Doomlord. Please, Doomlord. Or Doomguard. Doomguard. That's what it is. Doomlord is a little different. This guy's a Doomguard. Because technically, Lord and Guard are all like military terms and or military ranks in the Burning Legion. I thought it was a different type of demon. Nope. Basically the same thing. They bring doom. Whether a Lord or a Guard is a different story. Big Blazestorm out for Boing. Does go for a port with DBZ's trying to see if he can back up out of there. Axe tosses and leaps in with a trinket. Does himself the big Pit Lord with a Dreadstalker join in. Does he have himself the big Runation? He needs to get a big Runation. Wall is up, but Demolish comes down. That's a lot of damage. DBZ does go for a big hill. Boarding out of there. And Boing is stuck back behind the pillar. Full Tyrant for his pets. Does stun those pets. Hold on a second. Those pets can do a ton of damage right now. He has nowhere to go. Maybe he can heal for some of them. But that's a lot of damage on the all empowered. There's just way too many. It's gonna have to make a play. Otherwise, I think it's over. It is lights. There's nothing he can do. He just surrounded. Oh yeah, with a demonology. Good pit. Good Tyrant play there. As a warrior, there's no way that WAP is enjoying that. Or there's no way he likes being PvE down, man. Exactly, it's like no skill. I don't like being PvE down by a bunch of pets. Not fun. Don't blame you. I don't think anyone would enjoy that. But he did line it up really, really well, to be fair. Very, very well. That's part of the class's gameplay too. Send out all those pets, empower him, and that's it. Once you get the big army, it's over. He played his class as he's supposed to. Coda gotta be up next versus DB, who there looks like they're trying to give DB a little bit of a honor duel here. I don't know if DB can get any healing unless he goes for Warlock House, so he's just gonna have to rush in into Mortal Quarter, reflecting back into DB Zeus. That is a Forge Axe toss to stop Coda. Does go for a trinket, still locked out though. Fear by DB Zeus, and Coda no longer has any outs. Trying to see if he can go for insta zone to DB Zeus. Does do quite a bit of damage. Those bolts. Full dots are in. Void Operation to close the gap. Intro reflect. Mortal into Coda. Does reflect it back at him, I think. With a Tyrant to follow. All the pets are in, but DB Zeus has no healing. No health left at all. And Key, you got yourself a big... Oh, no! No shot! Coda was ready with a fear. Insta fear. That is so unfortunate. Key at least got himself a full meta, full go. No kick at the moment. Or at least saving it for later. Trying to maybe see if he can juke it. Does get himself a meta with a full port for Coda. Key is rotting down right now. Not in the best spot. At 60% dampening, your self-healing is going to be very limited. So you have to play very, very carefully or aggressively. Full dots, full rot with a hunt, and Coda got himself full go. Reflect, you can't even interrupt it. I think it's over, right? That is rough. That fear on a hunt, definitely, like, that would trip anybody up, honestly. That would literally trip anybody up. Bro, send the whole zoo. Literally did. He has to, man. He literally gotta.